Well, as it has several times in the last few seasons, it comes down to just two teams fighting for their place at the top: Schwarzwälder Fußballverein and Reykjavik United. Hello, everyone. I am Metafiction, and it is currently SFV with a 3 point lead at the top of the standings in the Major League over Reykjavik United. It is going to be very interesting to see how these last two match days play out. SFV could potentially put the league all but out of reach with a win today against União Sao Paulo. However, if they drop points, that opens the door for Reykjavik United to potentially catch up, supposing, of course, that they are victorious in their own match against AC Romana. That'll be later today, of course, but right now we travel to the Black Forest for our first match. As we just discussed, it is SFB against União Sao Paulo. It is, by all metrics, a fairly successful season so far for União Sao Paulo, after having multiple seasons where they've struggled to record even a single point in the standings. They now sit in a very respectable position as we come to the final couple of matches. It's a back three with four up front for Schwarzwälder, and as for Sao Paulo, they'll be coming out in a somewhat unorthodox 4-3-3 there. You see here the standings, as I say, SFV 3 points ahead of Reykjavik. Sao Paulo with 14 points in sixth place. Depending on results, could potentially move up to at least fifth. We are indeed underway here in the Black Forest. It is Sao Paulo who have kicked us off in the red and black, going right to left. Reykjavik, of course, will be watching the results of this match with great interest. As I say, Schwarzwälder winning would potentially put the title out of reach, whereas dropping to a draw or even a loss could potentially open the door again, as here is Eilish taking a shot that skims the top of the net. Nerve de Groot winning the ball high up the pitch for Sao Paulo there. Deanne trying to find Schmidt, but Hashimoto there cut off the pass. Now here comes Eilish. That's it out for Roquefort Cotswold, but pass inside, mopped up by Maximiliano. Now Bull sending it forward, finds Schmidt. Schmidt into the center, trying to find Wang Jihao, but nothing doing. Resolute from the Sao Paulo defense. Kamano Whittington with the throw-in for Black Forest. Hakkinen losing out to Cotswold there. Rubio gets in the way of Maxwell, but SFB continue their possession. Whittington takes a touch into the box. Eilish gets the foot in. Maximiliano had a long shot, but missed wide. Long ball from Saran Satral. Ultimately settling with SFB here. Of course, as we say, the WSFC, the World Simulation Football Classic, fast approaching. So too the deadline for the preliminary rosters. Players maybe in their final audition for those National Federation rosters as that ball goes over. There'll be some very hard decisions as Whittington into Hakkinen. Hakkinen off the inside of the post, and Karams back out. And Schmidt ruled offside. As I say, some very interesting decisions ahead for several of the Federation managers. That corner headed up into the air. Finds Hashimoto. Eilish. And it took a couple deflections, but Saran Satsral able to get in front of it. Deep throw for Whittington. Hakkinen cutting inside, shoots, and that one took a very pronounced deflection off of the back heel of one of the Sao Paulo players. That corner kick claimed by Calvin Ball in goal. Now it's a free kick for Sao Paulo, courtesy of Belstrazen Smith. Sizing it up. And takes the shot. Sarantzatral forced to get over to make the save. It curved back on target, but the keeper for SFV able to keep it out. Now Justinison sending in the corner, but it's headed wide. See there the average position in the bottom center for SFV, getting a lot of players forward, but so far nothing to show for it. Been very strong defending from Sao Paulo. It is one of the many strengths of this SFV team, trying to overload defensive positions. But today it's not quite come off as they'd hoped so far. Hakkinen. And Maximiliano has it go from range. Wasn't too far over, but that is going to go out for a goal kick. Hashimoto up the line. Now Belstrazen Smith. The group finds Rubio, laying it off for Cotswold now. Sao Paulo deliberate in their build-up. Hashimoto has a shot, but it's off the defender. And Chef Gagne was in a very good position, but Sarantzatral making the save. Cotswold winning the ball off the loose touch from Whittington, now coming forward for Sao Paulo, squaring it. And Rubio just off the mark. And that is the danger with this Sao Paulo team. After several fairly rough seasons, perhaps teams underestimated them going into this campaign as Schmidt's corner held by Ball. Sao Paulo perhaps benefiting from a bit of underestimation from the other teams, but credit to them. They've taken their chances and run with it so many times this season, getting some very impressive results in any context, let alone their own. Here's Whittington, though, for SFB. And the defender just putting Whittington off that shot. Belstrazen Smith crosses in from the free kick. It falls out to Rubio. Hashimoto trying to get around Bull. Stout pressure, though, from Bull. Belstrazen Smith. This time Bull wins out over Hashimoto, but Hashimoto quick to track back, shutting down that counterattack before it can really bloom. Now Hakkinen. Cotswold with a strong challenge there off of Kimi Hakkinen. Now Sao Paulo trying to break. Here is Rubio through the back line. Possible chance here. And Rubio right at Sarantzatral. It was a lightning quick break for Sao Paulo, and they've won a corner just before halftime here. Belstrazen Smith delivers, but it's headed clear by Whittington. Kirkpatrick. Hashimoto back into Eilish. Belstrazen Smith trying the through ball to De Groot. De Groot didn't have a ton of velocity behind that shot, and Sarantzatral able to hold on to it. Deanne trying to cross in. Wang Jihao not quite there. Maximiliano laying it off Whittington, and Calvin Ball parries it behind. Schmidt with the delivery on the corner and headed down right into the corner, but Ball able to stop it, and that is where we stand at the half. SFV being out XG'd by Sao Paulo, it has to be said. Not by much, but it is 0-0 at the half. Both teams with some fairly quality chances. Remember, SFV really needing to get all 3 points in this match to give themselves the best possible chance of holding on to the title through Matchday 14. If they drop points, Reykjavik could sense an opportunity to close that 3-point gap. Habjanic making his way onto the pitch in favor of Tater Justinison. And Whittington brought down at the edge of the box right after the start of the half. And Habjanic, immediately after coming on, not even 15 seconds, will see yellow. It's a scary scene as Whittington, seen to by the physio, seemed to be blocking play a little bit, but is okay now. As here is Deanne to take the free kick. And the delivery right into the Sao Paulo wall, and the ball sent packing. Hashimoto now joining Habjanic in the referee's book for Sao Paulo. Rubio out to Cotswold. Low cross at the end line. Can't find a red shirt. Kirkpatrick. Through ball to Cotswold. Trying again. Another low cross. This time, Rubio at point blank range. Shoots it right at the keeper. And now Maximiliano on the break for SFB. And it's Schmidt who's brought down by Chef Gagne. Might have whiffed of a tactical foul, but the referee does not deliver the card on this occasion. It's a shot from the edge of the box. Hakkinen going down in the box, but Schenkinger ruled offside before that happened. So it will be a free kick for Sao Paulo. Well, once again, Schwarzwälder committing a lot of players forward, but unable to find that breakthrough. With time dwindling, their chances to put this title race effectively on ice, dwindling by the second. Cotswold's cross intercepted there by Whittington, but Gagne with the ball. And the deflection behind from Schenkinger forces a corner kick for Sao Paulo. Habjanic wins another corner. A win from Sao Paulo here. If they can score, they do not, but a win for Sao Paulo could potentially throw a huge wrench into this title race. At the moment, though, neither team able to break through. It is Sao Paulo who have had the slightly higher quality chances in some. As Hashimoto fires into a crowd. Verdian heading it away. Jihao to Bull. Can SFB break here? But that pass had a little too much on it for Tamana Whittington. A deep throw here for SFB. Can they convert this into a chance? It's a shot from point blank from Jihao. But Calvin Ball with a great save to force it out for a corner. Schmidt stands over this corner. Delivering it, trying to find a teammate, but it goes all the way to the edge of the box. Here's Kimi Hakkinen. And that one's sent clear by Rubio. Sao Paulo easing a little bit of the pressure, and SFB forced to start from square one on this attack. Interception by Belstrazen Smith. Sao Paulo coming forward. Here's DeGroot. And Saran Setral tips it behind. Sao Paulo nearly catching SFB out. They do have the corner here from Belstrazen Smith. That one punched clear by Saran Setral. Sao Paulo still with it. Gagne wins another corner. SFB need to break this pressure and get the ball up the other end of the pitch if they're to find the breakthrough goal here. But Habjanic delivers in. It's back to Gagne. Deanne intercepts. Time ticking down for SFV. Dropped points again mean handing initiative back to Reykjavik. That's another interception from Sao Paulo, who seem to be hanging on for a creditable draw here. Through ball to the group, it has too much on it. Link able to get it to Whittington, who heads it clear to safety. And there is the final whistle. And SFV, given a chance to put the title race to bed, have been unable to do so as Sao Paulo hold on for a 0-0 draw. Sao Paulo, well, to be fair, saying they held on is a little bit of a disservice to Sao Paulo's performance, as their XG was actually higher than that of SFV. Imagine saying that a couple seasons ago. Nevertheless, it's a very strong performance from Sao Paulo, and Roquefort Cotswold is your player of the match. 4 key passes and 3 clear-cut chances. Unfortunately, none of them able to find the back of the net, but still a performance worth respect for Sao Paulo. As for SFV, they know they've passed up a golden opportunity here. We'll see how Reykjavik fare against Romana in a little bit, but first up, it is Tokyo SC against CF Catalunya. Tokyo had a strong start to the season, but have since fallen off the boil a little bit. We'll be hoping to try and rekindle some of their early season form here against Catalunya, who haven't had a great season themselves. It's a 4-2-3-1 for Tokyo, as they've been accustomed to. And for Catalunya, it is a 3-4-3. Delo and Poggio in midfield, De Ali up top. Tokyo in 4th place despite a -1 goal difference. Still, Catalunya perhaps have more to complain about. Last in the table, -22 goal difference. It is Catalunya, El Segadors, who have gotten us started off, but Tokyo immediately winning the ball away. Here is Super Hoops with the cross in, and found Ibrahimovic and nearly had a goal within seconds of the opening whistle. Misgrapo able to parry it behind, but it's an early corner for Tokyo here. Greer delivers, and that one's headed back out of the crowd. Lee finding Chang Shan, and ultimately forcing it back to Rivest, all the way back at goal. Here is a corner kick for Catalunya. Ljubika Kamenova to deliver. Crosses in, and that one headed right at Rivest, who was able to push it over the bar. Now corner from the other side. This time it is Poggio to take. Sent in, and once again headed clear, this time by Adamu. Cross comes in from Poggio. De Ali gets onto the end of it. Erskine sent it into the middle. The shot cannoned off a defender. Catalunya keeping up the pressure here. A couple of very good early chances for Catalunya, but unable to make them count. Lee to Greer. Greer almost losing out to De Ali there. Good pressure from the Catalunya forward. Ekholm Gunnarsson. Now Chang Shan. Forced out wide. Lee in the middle finds Van Gerritsen out on the near wing. Chang Shan back to Van Gerritsen. Van Gerritsen shoots well over the bar. It's been a fairly quiet match thus far, but here come Catalunya. Ekholm Gunnarsson, though, able to win the ball off of Kamenova. Lee finds well, trying to find Greer, but Pruskin able to get to it. And Deali through on goal. Bailey Deali with the opener for CF Catalonia. Well, it's an ambitious pass here from Anthony Lee. Greer can't quite get to it. Pruskin able to get there instead. Chogo Bonito finding Bailey Deali. And just like that, it is 1-0 to Catalonia. Tokyo conceding first once again, but they do have a deep throw here. Haglund lays it off for Greer. Jude Greer. Well, Jude Greer letting that one rip, and it is all square once again here in Tokyo. Super Hoops played the 1-2 off of the throw-in. Haglund taking the touch for Greer, who shot it. First time it took a deflection off of Pruskin. Seemed like it was headed right at Miss Grappo. And I don't think anyone in this stadium will complain about that. Well, perhaps the away fans will. But nevertheless, it is 1-1 once again, a tie here in Tokyo. And now Tokyo winning the ball in an advantageous position. Lee threw a ball to Kaido. Shinji Kaido. Well, VAR having a look. Will it stand? Have Tokyo immediately pulled back out in front? They have not. The goal will not stand. Take a look at the replay here. Kaido, a step or two offside. And what would have been a spectacular goal right after scoring the equalizer will not stand. The conceding first has fired Tokyo into life. They aren't out of the woods yet as Catalonia coming forward, but Kaido able to win the ball there off of that pass. Hot pursuit from Poggio, inside to Haglund. That pass, though, cannons off of Amore Delo, and now Catalonia have one possession. Long ball from Grappo. Greer trying to hit it forward, but only finds Pruskin. 1-2 with Bonito. Pruskin from very close range, from a tight angle, but it doesn't matter. It's a goal for Catalonia. Advantage restored for the side from Barcelona. Pruskin making a great run up the far flank. That 1-2 with Shogo Bonito, absolutely brilliant. And it's not an easy finish at all from Ilya Pruskin, but it puts Catalonia back in the lead. And once again, Tokyo find themselves down a goal at home. Here is Van Gerritsen. Pass for Changshan, intercepted by Delo, and here come Catalonia again, looking to extend their advantage. Delo forced back with that pass, only finds Ibrahimovic. Now it's a counterattack from Tokyo. Ibrahimovic cutting inside, squaring it, but can't find a teammate. Changshan. Van Gerritsen lays it off for Super Hoops. Ekholm Gunnarsson into the midfield. Changshan finds Ibrahimovic over the top. The VAR will weigh in again. They've had one goal disallowed. Will it be a second? It will. That goal also will not stand. And so a second goal for Tokyo chalked off. And once again, it's fairly clear-cut. Ibrahimovic a step offside. And so at the break, Tokyo trailing 1-2 at home to CF Catalonia. Comprehensively out XG'd, only 0.21 XG so far for Tokyo compared to 0.91 for Catalonia. Some very good chances from the Spanish outfit. Tokyo will need to find a way back into this match, and ideally to create some more convincing chances. But for the moment, it is Catalonia looking fairly solid for their 2-1 lead. Changshan, but Van Gerritsen losing out to Panda. but Super Hoops immediately getting it back off of the Van Gerritsen tackle. Tenderloin and Delo. Now Poggio. Headed away by Greer, but only to Pruskin. That was almost a very good chance again by Bonito there. But again, blocked. Catalunya have done very well to get the ball into very threatening positions compared to Tokyo, who have not had any real clear-cut chances yet. Here is Greer crossing in. And that header, I believe it was Ibrahimovic, finds its way into Grappo's hands. Super Hoops getting in front of the pass from Kamanova. Now Akon Gunnarsson. That pass for Bonito right at Rivest. That was almost a heart-and-mouth moment there for Ekholm Gunnarsson. That pass to that pass intended for a teammate ended up with Shogo Bonito. Ultimately, though, not punished for it. Time dwindling for Tokyo as the deep throw for Catalunya. Kamanova losing out to Super Hoops, though. Challenge from Poggio, but it's Shinji Kaido bringing the ball forward now. Out to Greer, into Lee, and now Kaido to Ibrahimovic! Well, once again, VAR called in. 2 goals already disallowed today, but not the third. Let's look at this again. Kaido to Greer, to Lee, to Kaido again, to Ibrahimovic. 5 first-time passes. An incredibly well-worked goal by Tokyo there. And that final ball, Ibrahimovic onside, firing it past Grappo. And with just over 20 minutes to play, it is Tokyo 2, Catalunya 2. It is well and truly game on here at the Nintendo. Kamanova getting past Chang Shan and Van Gerritsen. Super Hoops trying to close down, but Kamanova gets past them too. Panda losing out in the box. And now here comes Haglund. Getting around Delo. Kaido finding Greer on the near flank. Greer. Low cross. Hannah Van Gerritsen. And just like that, Tokyo have turned a 1-2 deficit into a 3-2 lead. Greer getting past all of the defenders, able to cross to Van Gerritsen at the end line. And all of a sudden, this match has been turned on its head. Now it's a corner kick for Tokyo, Greer to deliver. Grappo able to claim that one out of the air. And Catalunya now finding themselves looking for another goal. Pruskin able to get past Kaido. We're trying to close down, passes inside. Chang Shan there to mop it up. Ekholm Gunnarsson. Now Super Hoops. Panda closing down. It's been a very exciting match. Less than 15 minutes to play. Will Tokyo hold on to their lead, or will there be another twist in the tail? Lee. Kaido. Through ball to Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic off the crossbar. And that could have put it away. And Catalunya sending it clear. Well, it's a very near miss from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Tokyo, though, retaining possession here. Pass finds Van Gerritsen. Chang Shan. Out to Super Hoops. Cross deflected to Van Gerritsen, who shoots over the bar. Time winding down for Catalonia to equalize. Lee sends it back to Adamu. Now Cheng Shan. Van Gerritsen loses out to Kamanova, but Super Hoops there to get the ball. Low cross and looking for Ibrahimovic, but the defender, once again, sending it clear. Catalonia running out of time, have to get the ball off the pitch, but they're not going to in time as the final whistle blows. And it wasn't always pretty for Tokyo, but they were able to see it over the line. Having trailed 1-0 and then 2-1, able to score twice in the span of 2 minutes, courtesy of Ibrahimovic and Van Gerritsen, to win 3-2. Jude Greer, player of the match, scoring that first goal for Tokyo to equalize the first time, also providing an assist on the day. Assists also for Jane Haglund and Shinji Kaido. It was a strong performance from Catalonia. Ilya Pruskin and Bailey Deali providing the 2 goals, and 2 assists from Shogo Bonito, but ultimately not enough to overcome Tokyo at home. And so another exciting match sees Tokyo victorious 3-2. And next up, we move on to the pitch in South California, where Hollywood FC take on CA Buenos Aires. Both of these teams, of course, not really having the sort of season they'd like to have had, finding themselves more or less in the mid-table. They'll be looking to assert themselves a little higher up that table, though, by the time all is said and done here. Buenos Aires, on 16 points, could climb back up to third after Tokyo's win if they can claim all 3 points against Hollywood today by virtue of goal difference. Ball finds its way to the Buenos Aires defense. Bit of a cagey start from these teams, but it is Hollywood with a deep throw here. Dia forward to Hunt, and now Lightning shoots well over. Fiacra into Munoz, but that pass off the mark. Knight, though, winning the ball back. Vandersloot. Knight again, into the middle, and it's Sean O'Leary! And a well-worked goal for Buenos Aires puts them in the lead here in the 15th minute. Vandersloot, pressured by Cormier, able to get the ball out of danger. Knight fighting O'Leary in a very tight window, it has to be said, but ultimately taking the chance and putting Buenos Aires in the lead. Now Jalen Brooks to Scud Muffin and back from the corner kick for Hollywood. Here's Hunt. Roberts back to Brooks. And it's another corner. Muffin back to Brooks again. Scud Muffin at the end line, and Kabiri able to claim it. Hunt delivers the free kick. Brooks Patron sending it clear. Good call. Carrying it out of their half into the attacking third. And that long shot there from Munoz goes over the bar. Decker with a deep free kick, but it was rebuffed, and now Hollywood can come forward. Muffin, but Fiacra winning the ball there. A very tidy challenge up the far flank there. Knight forward to O'Leary. O'Leary trying to put the cross in, and does, but that header from Jake Bradford goes over. A really good chance for Buenos Aires to double their lead, but unable to do so. Now here's Lightning in the box, shoots, and Kabiri tips it behind for a corner kick. A really good chance there for Lightning there. Now Brooks delivers the corner kick. It's rebuffed back out to Brooks, and Scott Muffin unleashes, and that one's well over. Buenos Aires holding on to their lead and potentially doubling it as we near halftime. Brooks Patron delivers. It's up in the air. Bit of a header battle. And Hall able to hold on to it. Cormier loses out to Vandersloot, though. Fiacra. Gankal out to Harrison. And Gankal again. Gankal dispossessed by Mulgrain. Hollywood trying to play out from defense here, but Vandersloot getting a foot on the ball and taking an absolutely furious chance and winning the corner off of it. There's a bit of risky play there for Hollywood, and it almost backfired spectacularly. But as it is, this corner kick falls into the hands of Hall. About 5 minutes to go before halftime, not counting stoppage time. Hollywood trying to build something here and trying to get something back. Before the break, Lightning shoots, and the rebound would have gone in had Kurt Lightning not been offside. And there it is, Buenos Aires with a 1-0 lead at halftime over Hollywood. Buenos Aires having had the better of the chances to show for their performance. More than double the XG of Hollywood there. And so 45 minutes remain. Can Buenos Aires hold on to this advantage, or will Hollywood find a way to get themselves back on level terms? It'll be Buenos Aires to start us off in this second half, going left to right in the orange and black. Hollywood in their customary navy blue kits. Nestle on Gankal. Now to the other side with Knight. Vandersloot to the end line, and Vandersloot is offside. Well, not much to write home about here in this second half. Buenos Aires able to hold on to this lead, but it is a corner kick from Brooks, and Muffin from range winning another corner at the opposite end, or side rather. Brooks to deliver again. Finds Muffin again. And Brooks ruled offside there. It's another corner for Buenos Aires. Potential to double their lead here. Brooks Patron lofts it in the air. Punched away from Hall. Munoz back to Brooks Patron. Get called. Had found O'Leary there, it looks like. And O'Leary forcing another save and another corner kick. Brooks Patron to deliver. And this time Hall holds on to it. Mulgrain with the deep throw for Hollywood. Brooks back to Martel. And Martel loses out to Brooks Patron. And now a potential county here for Buenos Aires. O'Leary carrying it forward. Gets around Cormier. Brought down and stayed down. Vandersloot retains possession. And now Hollywood with a counter. Muffin out to Mulgrain. Mulgrain into the box at the end line. Shoots. Had several players in the middle had they gone for it. O'Leary was down that entire time. Both teams played on despite that. O'Leary does seem to be fine now, though. Mulgrain with the corner kick. And Kabiri claims it. Biakra. Now forward to Bradford. Is he onside? Bradford fires. And onside he is. And 2-0 it is for Buenos Aires. Well, that developed very quickly. Vandersloot found O'Leary. And it was a very daring run there from Jake Bradford. Gets it just around Hall. And at this stage in the game, that could well be that. Intercepted high up the pitch by Brooks. Brooks trying to find one back for Hollywood. But Scott Muffin ruled offside there. Ken Call. Now Harrison. Harrison with the early cross. Vandersloot with the header, but Hall with the save. Now it's a corner kick for Brooks Patron. Buenos Aires have been pretty dominant so far today. And a third goal really would put this game out of reach. Ken Call. Muffin, though, with a perfectly timed challenge, but Knight gets to it. And that one headed clear by the defender. Now here comes Brooks, trying to get around Brooks Patron. Can't, but Martel there for the second ball. Martel crosses inside to Lightning. Back to Brooks, and what a shot from Jalen Brooks. And late on, there's a chance for Hollywood to potentially come back here off of a well-worked goal here. Let's look at it again. Martel sent it back to Lightning. Passed it to Brooks in great space for the half volley. And it's a very well-taken goal. And another bit of misfortune here for Buenos Aires. They will be without Jake Bradford for these last few minutes. Bradford with what is now looking to be the decisive goal, unless Hollywood can pull something back in these 5 minutes of added time. Lightning losing out. Now here comes O'Leary up the other way. Bruera Strongine now finds Knight, sends it back to Kabiri. Biakra. Back to Knight. Muffin trying to close down. Inside to Vandersloot. Interception by Ali Dia. Now here comes Martel. Is this the break for Hollywood that they need? Here's Brooks. Brooks getting around the defender. And that one fizzles out as Kabiri jumps to claim it. Well, it was a very high-octane moment there for Hollywood, but ultimately falling flat. Interception now for Hunt, but Closa losing out to Ben Harrison there. Now Buenos Aires content to simply keep the ball away from Hollywood. Munoz through to the super sub. Munoz. Now here's Harrison. Harrison unloads, and Ben Harrison puts it bottom corner. And that is game, set, and match to Buenos Aires. Well, some quick passing from Buenos Aires. But it's a great finish from Ben Harrison, just inside the box. And there's nothing Hall can do to reach that one. And so it looked a little sketchy there toward the end for Buenos Aires when Hollywood got their goal back. But that score from Harrison might have just iced this one. And call. And that is it here at the pitch. And Buenos Aires, having dominated from pillar to post, more or less, with 10 shots on target, victorious here today, 3-1. Jalen Brooks, the lone consolation there for Hollywood, looked like potentially sparking a comeback there in the late stages, but it was not to be. Player of the Match award goes to Sean O'Leary with a goal and 2 assists. A very good performance by O'Leary. Ben Harrison and Jake Bradford also on the score sheet for Buenos Aires. And so a strong performance from Buenos Aires sees them back where they were at the start of the match day in 3rd place. Now we move on to the final match of the day. It is Reykjavik United against AC Romana. After SFE slipped up earlier against União Sao Paulo, Reykjavik know they have a chance to really cut into this 3-point lead. As always for Reykjavik, the 4-2-3-1 with Del Pirlo just off the right shoulder of Jean-Claude Goddamn. And as for AC Roman, it's a slightly more symmetrical 4-2-3-1. Cronus playing right behind the striker there. And there you see 4 points the current advantage, but Reykjavik with this game in hand. A win here would cut the lead to just 1 point, leaving it all to play for on match day 14. It's a deep throw for Reykjavik here. Chicken. Here's Urkel. Crosses in. And Kerrigan able to get to that. Chicken. Now here's Del Pirlo. From very close range, Kerrigan able to get to that. Ball forward finds Felix Arasov. Strong challenge from Milton Nunez, but it's Urkel who brings it forward for Reykjavik. Can't quite get around Muller there, but Tentacles able to get to it. Tata Yore at the edge of the box, shoots, and Kerrigan pushes it behind again. A strong early showing from Kerrigan in goal there, as Reykjavik have a corner. Arasov finds his way out to Yore, and that one's over the bar. Ball sent clear. Pentacles finds Arasov on the wing. Pressure from Hoppity. The ball goes right into the crowd, and it is another corner kick for Reykjavik. Arasov, and the shot from Tata Yore, and it's Jean-Claude Goddamn who puts it back. VAR reviewing this to see whether Goddamn was in an offside position. And the goal will be chalked off. It will not count. Let's look at the replay again. There's the shot here from Yore, and Goddamn ruled offside. And so it is still 0-0 here at Lake Valerin. Here's Arasov, and it's another corner kick. Reykjavik piling on the pressure on Romana here. But Romana still, so far, remaining resolute. Until that moment, Roberto Scarpetta, off of the corner kick, has broken through for Reykjavik. It's a great delivery there from Furious Chicken. And it's yet another example of the infamous commentator's curse. Reykjavik won, Romana 0, but Romana do have a chance here. Possession in the attacking third. Muller out to Blackman. Romana now forced back slightly. Smart though. To Nunez. Nunez squares it, and it's an instant equalizer from Walter Pinkman. Romana seem eager to go blow for blow with the champions here. It's a great move by Nunez to carry the ball past Chicken, picking Pinkman out in the middle of the crowd, and a great finish from Pinkman to equalize against Reykjavik here. SFB will be very relieved by that goal. If Reykjavik draw here, then it effectively ends up as a wash. But that shot from Chicken nearly winning the goal, and would have were it not for Kerrigan. Andrews' corner rebuffed, finds Arasov. A strong challenge from Hoppity, and that will go out for a deep throw. Reykjavik and SFB both with fairly stern tests on the final match day. SFB will be facing Tokyo SC away. And as for Reykjavik, they will be traveling to Buenos Aires. Those two matches will determine which of those two teams will hoist the trophy this season. Here is Hoppity, but Tentacles able to win the ball. Fiore. Now Del Pirlo. But Lever able to win the ball and prevent the pass to Goddamn. Hoppity gets past the defense. Hoppity at the end line, crosses, it's Walter Pinkman! Well, how about that? And all of a sudden, SFB watching with great interest. If Reykjavik lose this match, SFB are the champions. This could be an enormous result in the title race. If this score holds, SFB will be crowned champions of the Major League for season 18. Unless my math is mistaken, this would put Reykjavik 4 points behind. Here is Chicken. A strong challenge there from Nunez. Chicken, though, retaining it. The cross comes in, and that one goes over the bar. And there's a renewed sense of urgency across that Reykjavik bench as they know what is at stake here. If Romana can hold on to halftime, that would be a real change in the complexion of this title race. While sending it long, Arasov getting to it. Low cross, finds Andrews at the far post, and it's another corner for Reykjavik. Andrews delivers, headed into the air. Scarpetta gets to it. Del Pirlo. Andrews. Back out to Urkel. Reykjavik forced out of the area. Now here's Scarpetta. Fiore squaring it, but can't find anybody. This time it's Scarpetta again. And that cross only finds Kerrigan. Moments before halftime, the long ball. Reykjavik picking it up. Finds Del Pirlo. Del Pirlo cutting inside, shooting. And Kerrigan holding on. Well, not many would have predicted this to be the score at halftime. But here at Lake Valoran, a potentially seismic result could be brewing here. Reykjavik down 1-2 against AC Romana. Remember, going into the day, Reykjavik were 3 points behind Schwarzwälder Fußballverein. Schwarzwälder drew earlier today against Sao Paulo, getting 1 point in the standings. If Reykjavik were to lose, they would receive 0 points, putting the gap between SFV and Reykjavik going into the final match day at 4 points, which in turn would be insurmountable for Reykjavik and therefore would crown SFV champions. And so that is what is at stake. We could be seeing a new champion here in 45 minutes. Reykjavik, though, will likely have something to say about that. Here is Arasov. The challenge put in by Muller there. It's a deep throw for Reykjavik as they look for at least an equalizer, ideally a winner. Tentacles to Arasov. Arasov turns and shoots, and it clatters off the inside of the post, but Del Pirlo puts it back. Well, right after halftime, Reykjavik reasserting themselves and equalizing. And for now, at least, the title race continues. It was almost a moment of real poor luck, but it fell right into the path of Del Pirlo. And from that distance and that angle, it's elementary. If this result were to hold now, the deficit would remain 3 points. As here is Schweinsteiger, who forces a save out of Wall. Romana have been up for it today. Nunez delivers the corner, but it's headed clear. A draw here for Reykjavik, as I say, would result in the deficit remaining at 3 points, meaning that Schwarzwälder would need just a point on the final match day against Tokyo in order to claim the title, whereas Reykjavik would need a win and a Schwarzwälder loss. Reykjavik do have superior goal difference as things stand. Whether that will be the case at the end of these last 3 halves of football, that remains to be seen. Del Pirlo, quick passing from Reykjavik. Andrews loses out. And the referee has given a penalty here. Well, this could be a massive moment in this title race. Nunez put the challenge in on Andrews. And the penalty is given. Jean-Claude Goddam to put Reykjavik in the lead. And does. And now Reykjavik holding serve perhaps against AC Romana here. It's a well-taken penalty from Jean-Claude Goddam. Reykjavik fired into the lead 3-2. A win here, of course, cuts the deficit for Reykjavik to Schwarzwälder to just 1 point going into match day 14. And all of a sudden, SFB and their fans perhaps very nervous. Schweinsteiger trying to send it out wide, but it's headed down by Chicken there. Chicken making a run up the far flank. Gets around Nunez, squares it, and it clatters off both posts and ultimately goes in. And it's going to be an own goal credited to Glenn Smart. But it was Jean-Claude Goddam getting in the right position to put that one over the line. Well, And Chicken squared it. Smart. Put the foot in to try and stop Jean-Claude Goddamn. It took a couple of deflections off the frame, but Kerrigan unable to stop it from going over the line. And so it is Reykjavik 4, Romana 2. This second half for Reykjavik has been absolutely inspired. Kronkowski for Romana, squaring it, and the shot goes in for Walter Pinkman. Romana not dead and buried just yet. Getting to a very dangerous position, and indeed reaping the rewards for it. Kronkowski finding Pinkman, and it's a tight angle for Walter Pinkman, but the goal, well taken. Reykjavik 4, Romana 3. This match has still so much left to deliver. It is a hat trick for Walter Pinkman, and could potentially be a very important one if Romana can find an equalizer. In the meantime, though, it's a corner kick for Furious Chicken. Crossed in, headed into the air. Back out to Chicken. And that one deflected behind. It was Arasov on the shot. And it's another corner for Reykjavik. This time, Furious Chicken finds Roberto Scarpetta. Well, they've scored off a corner again. That connection from Furious Chicken to Roberto Scarpetta. And it's 5 goals for Reykjavik. Once again, a perfectly delivered corner kick, finding the head of Roberto Scarpetta. Reykjavik, once again, out in front by 2 goals. Now here's Nunez. Back to Kronkowski, and Wall holds on. This has been a real roller coaster of a match. Scarpetta out to Chicken. Kronkowski trying to close down. Chicken crosses in, and that shot from Jean-Claude Goddamn goes over. Muller forced out wide. Into the corner, losing out to the Reykjavik defense there. Just over 10 minutes to play, and Hoppity winning the ball off of Arasov. And that pass poor from Kerrigan, and Alessandro Del Pirlo making them pay for it. Well, you just cannot make those sorts of mistakes against Reykjavik United. Smart with the long pass back to Kerrigan. Kerrigan trying to find Levere, but didn't have enough velocity. Del Pirlo alive to it. And the rest is history. And it's another through ball, this time to Arasov in a lot of space. Arasov trying to get past Kerrigan, who carries it behind. And the vestiges of that 2-1 halftime deficit have been well and truly banished here. Kerrigan holding on to that cross. We are into added time here, and it's going by very quickly as Reykjavik United closing the gap on Schwarzwalder as that shot from Romana goes right at Wall. There's 1 point in it for SFB in Reykjavik. And once again, it is going to come down to the wire to see who will lift the SSL Major Division title. Reykjavik down 2-1 at the half, but coming out 6-3 winners here. Braces from Del Pirlo and Scarpetta, as well as an own goal from Smart and a goal from Goddamn. But credit to Romana for their performance. It's Walter Pinkman who gets player of the match with a hat trick. They had led Reykjavik at halftime, but were unable to finish the job. And so Reykjavik come out with just 1 point behind Schwarzwälder Fußballverein. And before we go today, we'll take one more look at today's results and the table heading into the final match day of the season. We saw earlier the 0-0 draw between Schwarzwälder and Sao Paulo. Tokyo SC able to win a dramatic 3-2 victory over Catalonia. Buenos Aires with a comprehensive 3-1 win over Hollywood. And we just saw Reykjavik, despite being down at halftime, recording a 6-3 victory over AC Romana. There in the upper right, you see the situation going into the final match day. 1 point separating Schwarzwälder Fußballverein and Reykjavik United. It is going to be a very exciting final match day, I can promise you that. Well, until next time, this has been Metafiction. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care.